Suck my toes, bros. Hi, you're listening to a show about a thing. I know, I'm hilarious. Hilarious. Dun, 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 dun. It's when Wily Cat and Kit. Ha! What a loser.
Okay.
Throw skates at her.
Hello.
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 Oh. Bum bum ba bum bum. I love that you got a little cha 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 cha. Yeah! And that's how you start the Sketchbook Heroes podcast with me, Ilias.
And me, Robert!
Exactly. And this week, we're going to be talking about chickadee choo. Yeah.
Getting,
Some
getting
episodes.
better or worse or something.
Yeah.
That idea that you had.
That idea that I have that is, like, why are these episodes so hard to name now?
I don't know.
But the idea was basically, you know, saying you want to get better at art and actually doing something about it. And I think this applies to a lot of beginners that are like, I can't draw this or I can't do this. And then like, what have you done to achieve what you want? Nothing.
Yeah. Well, I have to do something.
And this time we have a little challenge to go with the topic that we probably had before.
Probably.
Like 5,000 to 10,000 episodes ago.
Yeah. Every episode.
Every episode ago.
Always.
Every episode ago.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also kind of classify as in this sort of bubble myself now, I think.
Yeah, I think we all get to this point, like every now and then in our sort of artistic travels, we get to this point where we hate everything we do, we want to get better, and we do nothing to achieve it.
Pretty much.
Most of us do nothing to achieve it.
Yeah.
And I've been guilty many, many times.
Way too many times. So how you doing, brother?
I am good. It is like I'm not on vacation yet, but I am still, like, my brain is on vacation since months ago.
Yeah, I second that.
I gave up when this year started.
Yeah. No, I still haven't gotten back from, like, convention head. Like, as soon as I got back, I just wanted vacation and not do anything. And that's where I've been stuck, even though I've had to work quite a bit. So, yeah, I'm also vacay brain.
Vacay brain.
Yeah. Which is also good because vacay
is
episodes.
Coming. Yeah. Also booked tickets for the upcoming Thor movie.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So we've done.
So we've been proactive.
Dude, I don't even know if I'm able to make it that day.
I had to book it in the calendar. Actually,
Yeah. I
wrote it in.
Good, because I'm gonna forget.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing's gonna remind me that I.
No,
have
that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of too far ahead. Away. But it's actually after the event.
Yeah, it is the
week after.
The week after, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like it's that week.
Yeah.
And then no. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because No. We've also seen a couple of things that we're going to talk about at the retro, which is, you know, Stranger Things and Obijuan and whatever else.
And I will be talking a little bit about Twin Peaks.
Oh, yeah, you started that.
Yeah, I did.
And I saw a World of Warcraft movie, but I haven't played the game, so...
So you enjoyed the movie? Yeah.
Enjoyed is like a...
Well, as much as you enjoy the game, I guess.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. That is a more fair like comparison to how much I enjoyed this. I saw it with my kids. I saw it for what it is. It's...
Yeah, it's
to be talked to about.
It's been
later.
seen.
Yeah, it's been seen. I don't have to wonder if this is a great movie or not.
But yeah, intro? Or
no, let's go. Thank you for Underverket for letting us use the studio.
And also, for you listening out there,
exactly.
Thank you for letting us talk to you in your ears.
Yes, exactly. And don't forget to sign up to the event.
Yeah, you still have time.
The spots are leaving at a moderate pace.
Exactly. They're slowly but surely maybe creeping away. So hurry slowly.
Very slowly.
Yes.
That is
yes.
actually really good.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
And intro.
Away!
Away to the sketchbook zone.
Thank you. I thought of the exact same thing I should have said.
Yeah, awesome.
Artists of the world unite. Step out of your comfort zone into the danger zone.
They loved 80s cartoons. Even with beards and tattoos, you know they haven't changed at all. Filling sketchbooks every night, getting better with each line. Sketchbook Heroes, imagination burning. Sketchbook Heroes, Sketchbook Heroes, pick up the Sketchbook Heroes. They all seem to have a neat line.
And
We're back!
Yes. we
Yeah,
are.
yeah, we're back.
I don't know if that's cuttable.
And we're back! Hey. Yeah, I know, sorry.
But we are back.
Yeah, we are. All right, dude. So,
All right.
what made you think of this again? Because we have talked about this
Yeah,
previously.
It's been
It's always
talked
good
about.
to revisit these topics, and obviously, like I said, I am kind of in this topic right now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, how did this come about?
Well, it all started a couple of weeks ago when I saw the Drew Struzan thing,
Oh yeah,
and I felt like I want to be that good.
yeah. Don't we all?
But
Did we ever link that?
who cares?
Yeah.
And
Because it's still on YouTube. You should
yeah, it
definitely
is.
see it.
Yeah.
Drew, the man behind.
If we
the
didn't, we'll
poster.
link it again.
Yeah.
Or how? Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
How-
Yeah, ba-da-ba-ba.
But that one, I saw that one, and I felt like I want to get better. I want to be that good.
Yeah.
Like to be able to just, paint.
Well, he
Something.
traces. You know.
Yeah, he's a cheater.
Yeah, he's a fucking cheater. His mother's a cheater.
But but that only started when he started getting production work, like a lot, and
Yeah.
like
He
really
needed
small.
to speed up.
Yep.
Yeah.
He couldn't spend, a week. He had 1 day or 2 days
Yeah.
to make things.
Well, if you look at the comps, like
Yeah.
the quick sketches that he does and sends to the
Mm-hmm.
company to sort of get a proof of concept,
Mm.
those are not projected. Those are just hand drawn.
Those are insane.
Kind of.
They look like the poster.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
At a smaller sort of.
Yeah, and the fact that he just does those in maybe like an hour or two.
No, Robert. No.
No.
But that's the level of good. And usually the stuff, when I send out the questions like, what is your biggest struggle as an artist? It's always these specific things. Like I can't get ideas, or I can't put the ideas to paper. And that usually comes down to the same thing. You don't know how to draw like all the things you want to draw. And you're taking no time to learn. Like you want to sprint.
Yeah.
You all want to sprint. I've wanted to sprint for years, and still do to some extent.
Of course.
But it is like you cannot draw like that. Like let's say Drew Struzan as an example, unless you learn what the fuck you're doing, how your tools are working, how to like draw the human figure or portraits. This is stuff that has been broken down so many times.
Yeah.
And we all want that instant satisfaction of the end result.
Yeah. You
But
want to be a master without mastering
Yeah.
the tools.
And I think
or-
one of the examples that we've used is, like you watch YouTube, like a guy throwing, I don't know, like baseball cards, or something.
Yeah.
And like is a ninja at it, but you don't want to spend the time to become that
ninja.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't want to spend the time that it takes. And I don't know if it is, I think social media has fucked us up.
Yeah.
And I don't remember who said it or where I heard it, but someone said that like social media tricks us that 50 likes isn't a lot of likes. And imagine if 50 people came up to you and hearted your artwork. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
Like That's a lot of fucking people to the point where it would get really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like people are just, dude, love the latest drawing. Like 50 people just came up to you
Yeah.
within an hour and just told you.
Exactly.
Like, it would get very uncomfortable fast.
Just the one.
Yeah, but
would
that's what I'm
actually
saying.
be.
But that's exactly one can
And you're
be.
sitting there looking at like 100 likes and going like, oh,
I only got and it's that type of stuff that I think has messed up the modern artist. Like every generation of artists will have problems that kind of revolve around the time and era that they live in, and we have this like I want it and I want it now.
Yeah.
That instant sort of satisfaction. And as soon as it involves a little bit of work, you come up with the excuses. I don't have time. Guilty. There's like a bunch of them. Like, let's not go through all of them. But it's like the same thing every time.
But I think it's also the not wanting to fail.
Yes, of course. It's
because
the fear.
It's putting that time in and then drawing something and it just looks like shit, which 99% of the time it is. And then that extra 1%, you just nail it. But you need to go through that 99%.
Yeah, of course.
And that's kind of where I am at now, because I've been doing the 1% for a long time and then stopped. And now I'm back at kind of zero. Like it just takes me so long to get the proportions right in the face. If I'm doing a portrait, it just takes me forever. And I'm never happy with the end result now. It just looks kind of off. So I really feel like shit whenever I draw anything. So whenever I start something now, I'm like, no, can't be fucked. Like it's going to be shit anyways. Why do this?
And the fun thing is, like, if we throw this into perspective, like if I were to draw the same thing, the portrait would be so much worse. But
doubt it.
No, dude.
Not today, man.
No, portraits are not my thing. Like they're really not my thing.
They're poor.
They're
traits.
poor traits, of what you're trying to achieve. And it shows the difference. Like you've spent a lot more time on portraits and the methods that you use to achieve them. Whereas I'm like, I've drawn faces, but I haven't worked on likeness. And how to break down realistic faces in that sense. I can draw fake realistic faces, but I can't draw, Robert De Niro. Like I can after a few attempts, but it's still going to be a bit wonky compared to like yours and other portrait artists.
Thanks,
so
buddy.
it's so difficult when it comes to your own work,
Yeah.
Because
I mean, you're always going to be your hardest critic, always, and you should be, but sometimes you're a little too hard on yourself, or I am.
Yeah, but I think it is the drive. It's what drives me. Like when I'm tired of my stuff, like it means that to be satisfied, I need to level up, even if it's just a little. Like you might not notice it, but I'll see that, oh, look, I do texture on this stuff better now, or I do, whatever the fuck.
And I think that's also a really important thing, that you need to notice your own leveling up as well. And how do you do that the easiest way?
The easiest way for me, for example, that like with the ink stuff, for example, it's really easy.
Yeah.
You just go back and it's like, even the stuff that I did for Inktober that I was like, this is the best Inktober I've done. No. When you go back, it's like, meh.
Yeah.
It's very meh. It's like, wow, my brain really upped the quality of my work.
Yeah, you like hype up your own stuff.
Yes, or like when you think about it, at least when you see it on paper, you're like, wow, it's undeniably bad for me.
Yeah.
And sort of like the progression that you've made.
I mean, it's all perspective, of course. Everything is relative to everybody else, but yeah.
And again, like people appreciate your crappy portraits, but you do not, you know.
Yeah.
And when I say, like, when I do a sketch and people are like, that's a sketch. To me, it is a sketch.
Exactly.
To you, it might feel more polished than it is because, you haven't reached that level. Like, there are some of my heroes, like people that inspired me when I was young that don't inspire me anymore because I feel like they stopped progressing. And, your art and your, like, tastes in art, refines over time. It grows with your experiences, you know, like, and it changes. Like what you loved back then does not apply today.
Yeah.
But, so it's a tricky thing. And like today's episode, like, what type of artist are you? Like, what do you want with your art? Do you really want to get better, or do you just want to draw because it's fun?
Yeah.
You know?
And I mean, that's always difficult as well. Like, what are you going to be sort of aiming for in your art?
Yeah.
Do you even know what stuff you should be focusing in on?
And that's,
like,
I think, where this episode comes in, like,
Yeah.
to analyze the self.
And I do think, like, the end thing, like the big tip that we're going to have at the end, or that you thought up, I think is really, really brilliant in that way. But it also gives you, I mean, we're going to get to it.
Yeah, but it's
just
going to give you a start.
tease. Yeah. And it also is it's going to force you to actually break down what you want to become or work on. And that is something that I myself never really think about. Like,
Same.
I'm always in the moment. I'm just like, oh, I really want to draw that. And then that's what I do. And sometimes it works. Sometimes it's just shit. Like I said, most of the time it is shit. But it's just that urge. But to have the, I guess, smarts to really break down what it is. Like, okay, so what do I really need to learn now then? And so and so. I think that's something that we all really, really should try to think about a bit. Like, just take a few minutes to.
But that's always been overwhelming for me. Like, oh, should I do anatomy or backgrounds, or should I do portraits or full bodies? Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
and the honest answer is, whatever.
Yeah.
Start with anything.
Yeah.
So just choose the thing you like the most. Start there.
Yeah.
And then, if you like drawing heads, try to, like, draw the head plus shoulders, for example, like, just to keep going. And then you just keep adding the body if that's the type of breakdown you need. Because the whole body, like, now that I've draw it, I don't, like, fret over it.
Yeah.
But once I did, like, oh, shit, how do I connect the head with this? How do I connect the throat with the shoulders if it's turned like this?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, how do the armpits and chest, like, connect? Yeah. Oh, shit, elbows and fingers and proportions. And no, shit, the arms are too short. Like, there are so many things, and it gets really overwhelming fast. And that's also sort of where this episode is needed, is that some of you don't know how to draw any of this, and you're set out to do a Frazetta or a Da Vinci,
or a Drew Struzan.
Or a Drew Struzan poster or something, but you don't know how to draw any of this.
Yeah. How are you even...
Like it is, and then you get frustrated because you can't put it down on paper.
Yeah.
And this is, I guess, where this episode is supposed to help you out.
Yeah.
Is to sort of
calm down.
Calm down. Exactly. Jet Li said it best.
Yeah, he did.
And just look at, what do you need? Like, let's say you want to do the posters or you want to do the Frazetta. Like, what do you need to be able to achieve that? Like, do you understand anatomy? Could you place a character, like the way that you imagine? If no, then okay, you need to step back.
Yep.
What part of that can you do? Like, can you draw the face? Like, no. Then why the hell are you trying to do the whole thing?
Exactly.
Then try to break it down, like, because that usually tells us what we need. Like, if I draw horses, the overall anatomy, like, I understand how the legs and the body works now.
Yeah.
But the specific, like the horse's face, I need to look up reference. I need to understand that a bit more.
Yeah.
Because I've drawn a lot of horses, because I had a month of horse drawing now. I'm not good at it because I don't care about horses. But it gave me like a basic understanding of how that works. I still need reference, but I'm more comfortable with it than I was when we started the show.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Like, sometimes you don't need like a full week of studies to become better at something. It's just understanding the basic shapes of a thing. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, it's still going to be your version of that thing. Yeah. But you might want people to understand that it's a horse and not a dog or a cat or an elephant, which it would be if I tried to draw a horse from memory now. It would definitely.
But it's like when you explained bat wings to me.
Yeah.
You were like, no, they're like just like a hand.
Yeah.
With, little drapery between them, like little, like a skin between.
It's easy.
And I was like, oh shit, yeah, that's exactly what it is. And sometimes you just need like a simple truth like that. And sometimes it's a YouTube clip, and it's like that 10-second thing in that clip.
Most of the time it is, yes.
And
just that little...
it's stuff like that. You need to kind of pick up, some of that knowledge that you don't have. Because as soon as you said that, I was like, that's all I see now.
Yeah.
Like, it just opens your eyes to what the hell it is you're drawing, you know.
Do you know where I got that from?
No.
Monster Squad.
There you go.
It's the scene where the Dracula character transforms from a bat to Dracula, and it's like an in-between version of him. So it's like a really big man bat.
Yeah.
And you see the hand.
Oh, transforming?
Yeah.
Oh,
so it's going from a
fucking
bat
genius.
wing to like a hand with the webby things in between to a hand.
You little bitch.
Yeah, exactly. But it's just like,
Damn
as
it.
soon as I saw that, and I mean, we were like 10.
Yeah,
or
we were young.
Yeah. And it was like, oh, of course. And then could not unsee it.
Yeah, no, but that's genius. And it's stuff like that, you know. Some people pick up a lot of that stuff and some do not. I am the some do not category. No, but you know, like some people, like just everything that comes with drawing, they're like, oh, like that? Yeah, okay, I know how to draw cars now. You're like, what?
Why?
Yeah.
How?
Why you know this?
Why?
Yeah. I look at cars, I've drawn a couple, and every time they look like a fucking garbage truck, you know, like,
Yeah.
and not, you know, a garbage truck, but just garbage.
I'd be happy if it looked like a cardboard
Yeah,
cutout
yeah,
of a
cardboard.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, but I think your cars are like when you draw, even with reference, like it doesn't matter. Like when you draw like an X-wing or you know like anything Star Wars, like it looks like the thing and it looks nice.
Just use a ruler. That's the trick.
That's cheating. No, just kidding.
It's not
yeah,
cheating.
Of course. No, I'm just kidding.
It's
It was
a tool.
joke. It's a
It's a
tool.
tool.
Like you all out there.
Yeah.
It's just a tool.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. There's the people that agree with me.
Yeah, fine. Shit. I need to learn the buttons.
Yeah, but and not even funny. It becomes better when you do that. Yeah,
That's the best one.
yeah.
All right. Yeah. But so becoming better, how?
But here's the thing: do you really want to become better at art? Because nobody wants to do the same shit and never get better. But the thing is, are you willing to put the time and effort where you are in, like, okay, so we're talking about here and now, because I think this is a thing that gets overlooked. Life is sort of like an ocean of fucking, like, sometimes it's storms, sometimes it's calm waters, you know.
Yeah.
But you have these phases in life, like different phases that at some point in life, you know, you're super unproductive, and that's cool because apparently a lot of other shit is happening in your life. You're gaining experience in other fields, but where you are right now, are you willing to put the time to get better? Because I think if you're honest with yourself, like, no, right now, I don't give a shit about this. Like, I am more into photography right now, and I don't care about the drawing, and then now I want to draw because
Now,
I didn't put any pressure on myself, so now I do both.
yeah.
And I haven't stressed about posting. I've done some teases, and that's where I left it. And I went back to photography. And but I feel like the one is feeding into the other thing now. But I think it's okay to not want to be super productive and get into art. But if you are at a place where you really want to improve, like it's really important to you, you want to work as an artist. Because I think when you want to become a working artist, this matters.
Yeah. I mean, you need to put the work
You
in.
need to, because no one's going to hire you if everything you like, if your stuff, like when people say you shouldn't compare yourself to others, sure. But if you want to work in an industry, the level of your work needs to match something within the industry.
Yeah.
You know, and when I say the industry, there's highs and lows.
Oh, yeah.
We've all seen some really like big games that don't look that good. And then, you know, there are the ones that look amazing.
Yeah.
And so there is a spectrum here as well. And I think the mobile game industry, casino industry kind of, you know, has more high. I think it's the same everywhere, but there are a lot of like advanced styles and some more simpler stuff that you could do.
And some
then, you know,
downright ugly.
and some garbage stuff, like nightmare stuff.
Yeah.
It looks so bad.
But they're still made.
But
and
they're still
out
made.
there. Yeah.
And it doesn't take away from professional work.
No.
you might not want to use it in your portfolio in the future, but it's still experience that you gained.
Yeah.
And I have, a couple of things that I've done for some big companies in my early days. That sucks. And it sucks.
Same.
And I will never show that.
Same.
But it's experience that I gained.
Yeah, for sure.
And stressed over
and have forgotten now. And now they're back.
But I did find them I found them on an old part of my Dropbox that is like super forgotten. And it was still, it's actually like, when I look back, I still wouldn't use it for anything, but it's not as bad as I remember it. But it's bad. Very nice. So question yourself, a question to yourself, do I want to get better?
Yeah. And that is definitely the one that you need to focus in on. That's something that I need to really focus in on at the moment. But I've also, I've nagged this to infinity now.
Son of a
it's
bitch.
Just I can't get the the oomph.
The oomph.
Yeah.
Faction.
Satisfaction. Can't get no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oomph.
No, but there's no drive anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like drawing for myself at the moment. I do the stuff that I need to do for work, and then I do nothing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm still drawing every day.
Yeah.
Every single day.
And that's
twice a day.
But that's what I wanted to get to as well, that for us that work in some type of art industry, the cool thing about my job and your job actually is that we get to choose somewhat the direction of our art.
Yeah.
If I want to draw, I've worked with pirate games, I've worked with Egyptian things. It's stuff that I was like, I've never drawn this. I'll just try this. And I've drawn, Chinese money frogs. I've drawn, I've taken because I get to decide what direction to take the game briefs that I get.
Yeah.
And, I was like, I'm interested in doing this. And then you just do it and you get to set the style. And, my style is semi-realistic. And that's the direction, because that's the hardest one for me to do as well, do in production.
Yeah.
And I do it, and sometimes I pull it back and sometimes I go more cartoonish, but there's a constant challenge, and sometimes I have to animate these things as well, so it adds another level of complexity.
Yeah.
So there is a, how to call it, there is a, what do you call it? I have to actually do it because, I have a deadline. So there is.
It's your job.
It's my job.
You're getting
exactly.
money to do
I'm
this
getting
thing.
money to, So I get to be as creative as I am able to, deliver on.
Yeah.
So that's as advanced as I can go. And usually, you overcomplicate things.
Yes. And that's also interesting because you need to always balance that.
Yes.
You have a set amount of hours every day that's meant to be worked. But then you shouldn't go past that because that's not generating any money.
Yeah.
That's your own time. But sometimes you get so passionate about this project that you want to put that extra time in because you love drawing this stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the balance. And it's like being able to switch on and off the creative thing.
And sometimes the Avril Lavigne song comes back in my head, why'd you have to go and make things so complicated? Because I do it all the time. I'm like, this is pretty cool, and this is going to take for fucking ever to do.
Exactly. But it's going to look cool.
But it's going to look cool,
Fuck
yeah.
It's going to be worth it.
But the cool thing is, once the project is done, you're like, wow, this is actually, it doesn't even feel like I made this with, the team. Because we're a small team of people that produce every game. They take about 6 months, and then, they're done. And it's a polished thing.
Yeah.
Because,
it's taking the step back and really looking at it and going wow.
Yeah.
We fucking did this.
Yeah, we did this. And then,
I get that too now.
It's so cool.
Because now I started finishing off some bigger projects. I did one just the other day with a warrior woman in front of a castle with a big dragon and fire and stuff. And I just, it was the last session, so just polished the colors. And then taking a step back, taking the photograph of it and just looking at it and going did I do this? How the fuck did I do this? You just almost
on
like
living canvas.
yeah.
It's even more insane.
But it's crazy sometimes. Like you forget what you're doing, and it's so fucking cool.
You know what I thought of just now?
No.
If you would call all your favorite clients with your favorite tattoos, we could actually photograph them with the camera, like we did with your tattoos.
Oh yeah.
Just to put together like this portfolio thing, tattoo thing, of the stuff that you really love doing.
You remember I told Maria about the thing that I wanted to do?
the coffee table thing
exactly.
that you did as
like
well.
The casual, like I would love to do that. But
that would be actually,
especially with your...
with the
fancy
investment.
the fancy camera. Yeah, that would be really cool. And I'm sure they would love to do that.
Yeah, and no pressure to be, like focusing in on anyone's face if they don't want to.
No.
Like, because this camera can really smear out. Like we did outside now. We just took a couple of pictures of your tattoo.
Yeah.
And it's, even when, you aren't the focus, the tattoos are just popping.
And that's the cool thing. Yeah. No, I would love to do that. Actually, the hardest thing there is going back and trying to decide what I think are like the good ones that I would like to photograph. Because
but for example, the comic ones, I think you have great photos of them already.
Yeah.
They're maybe just low res, but they're so good. Like the Wolverine and the Snake Eyes one. I'm just like, those are actually mine, and these fuckers stole them onto their bodies. So now I can't do them. And they're so iconically good,
dude. Just think of one. Let's do it. I need to do more of those anyways.
Yeah.
So I need it for
that would actually be really nice.
Need it for the gram.
I don't know where to put them though. Like, where would I put them?
Dude, you got nothing on any place of your body.
I know, but where would they be the coolest?
Everywhere.
Yeah. I actually want one of your arms, like sleeve type of thing. So that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. We should do it. Good. Think about it.
Yep. So cool. My brain's already, I'm like, should we check out? And
let's go do this. Yeah.
Let's say that Derail gave you some time to think about where you are, because this is going to be a summer short one.
Yeah.
And maybe the best episode we've done since last time. And such a confusing episode, the last one. I was like, we had a point at some point.
Yeah. Clothes.
Summer.
Do the dress. The dress.
Dressfully.
Yeah. But yeah.
But yeah, so let's say you figured out your shit.
So where do you go from here?
Yeah, exactly. So decide on the one thing you want to get good at, okay? Like, if it's the head anatomy in general, like whatever, you're actually lacking. If you look at your latest 2 drawings or something, like, this is the stuff that I want to make, but this is what I achieve. So if you always have like this weird half-assed thing that you just like, you don't know how to complete it, then maybe you need to break down, whatever the hell it is you're doing.
Yeah.
So break it down, choose the one thing. Let's use the head as an example, because it's floating heads is what people mostly draw in the world. I'm going to assume that is it.
Guilty.
Oh man, it is, I think, the thing I've drawn the most. Floating heads.
Oh yeah.
So that's what we've done, at least. And let's say we do a really poor job of it. So how do you get better at this? You draw heads. But
that's what you need
there you go.
Yeah.
So my challenge to you is find 1 to 3 tutorials max. If it's a long one, just take 1. But find a good tutorial, and there are a million of them.
Yeah.
So don't watch every one of them. Just find, whatever seems like the style that appeals to you, or the person, the way they talk that appeals to you.
Yeah. All of that is kind of important.
You
need to have
because
sort of a good flow in a video or a tutorial like that to really stay interested in what the fuck's happening.
Exactly.
So take some time and really find that one.
And make it a playlist or save it somewhere and actually do the work. Like, do what they're saying. Try it out. Pause the video. You don't have to watch the whole thing and then try it. No. Watch. Okay, I start like this. Okay, he does this. Then you follow that.
Yeah.
And
step
then
by step.
Step by step. Just break it down so that it makes sense to you. Because if it doesn't make sense to you, you know, have
You're a new kid on the block.
Exactly. Have another video that explains the same principles and see if that works better for you. Like maybe, you know, Proco is too advanced for you.
Yeah.
And expect to suck, no matter which one you take.
Always. And embrace the suck.
Embrace the
Like
suck
we've said
because
a
it
billion
really
times.
doesn't matter. It's like if you can understand the basic structure of the head, it's going to help you make better heads and better choices when you're drawing heads.
I was going to go really dirty with that.
Yes, I understand because I said head a lot as well.
Yes, you did.
Uh,
And you're going to get better at
and
it.
you're going to get better at head.
Yes.
But, so find one. Oh, come on, but.
I can't.
So, yeah, it's impossible. That We've already opened Pandora's
God.
butt. Yay. Robert's super satisfied. So 1 to 2 to 3 videos tops, you know, make a playlist and follow it. Like, and have a person that keeps you accountable.
Yeah. I think that is a really, really good thing that maybe we should have said earlier as well. But yeah, have a person that keeps you on your toes. That
Exactly.
actually makes you do this.
And keep it simple. We're not talking that you should make like a fucking Mona Lisa when this. You're supposed to understand the basics of how to structure a head, you know, if that's what you're lacking. Like find the one thing. Like find something that you can say, I understand this now. I know where the eyes go and I know how to make both eyes symmetrical.
Yeah.
That's one thing that you learned. If you learn that, it's a win.
Yeah.
For example, learning how to draw the nose from every angle. It's super simple.
Yeah.
It's a diamond. And if you learn that principle of how the nose is built, you can basically draw it in every angle. And it helped me so much.
Yeah.
And I learned this a few years ago. That it's like, it's so insane. If I just had looked that up earlier, I wouldn't have struggled so much with some of these like simple like principles, you know, of drawing like a face. So find like super simple measurable things that you can actually sort of like, oh, I learned how to draw the face, you know, like the 45 or the like the profile or whatever. Like whatever you can learn from this is a win.
Yeah.
If it doesn't look great, that'll come in time.
Yeah.
But
this is practice. It's
This
not
is-
supposed to be a masterpiece. It's just
Exactly.
you learning for the masterpiece.
Exactly.
And something that you said earlier before we started the podcast too was if you don't really have somebody that can keep you accountable, maybe just post it online so you keep yourself accountable, because make a promise out to kind of the universe or social media, just so you have accountability, so you don't back down, so you don't just procrastinate the fuck out of it like I always do. I say I'm going to do this and this and this, and because I say that, I'm never going to do it.
never going to do it. Yeah.
If I don't say it, I will do it. And that I just
so
know
weird.
that that's how it works for me. So
Yeah. But
I
it's
try
all
to
about-
never say the stuff that I like really, really want to do. I leave those for I have done these. So that's just how I work. And also that's why the poster is staring at me every fucking day, because I've talked about it and now it's just, it's never going to work. It's never going to, it's never going to be finished. Fuck you, Obijuan. I mean, Juanito. Yeah. Yeah.
And also, if you're in the Discord, our Discord, that you can find through my Instagram or the Sketchbook Heroes one, or not Robert's one.
Exactly.
I just like, it's not there.
But right now we only have the
the event link. So you can't find it anywhere.
No, you can't. Write us if you want the Discord.
Well, before, because this is before the event. So after the event, everything will be back to normal.
Exactly.
But if you want to like find people there to join, like to
That's actually a
accountability
great place
buddy.
to get accountability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also post it there and, you know, feedback on each other's things.
Yeah.
And if you pick the same thing as someone else, you can probably learn a little from each other as well.
Yeah.
Because when we used to do those challenges at the coffee shop,
They were great.
They were great because we all had like a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes to draw the same thing.
Yeah.
And then we presented and you were like, oh, fuck, that's how you interpreted that same thing.
Yeah.
And it's such a genius way to sort of take that angle or
you
that
would learn
expression.
something from every single one that participated in the
That's
thing.
exactly
just
it.
like maybe it was just this little thing they did with the eyes if you did a portrait.
But it helps
Yeah.
so much because you were like, oh shit, yeah, why did I complicate it?
Yeah.
Or why did I?
And also
And it
adding
happened.
that time limit was such a great thing as well because you
Yep.
just realize,
How much you don't know.
yeah, and how much unnecessary time you spend on so much shit around it when you could do the same thing in half a minute that you did
Yeah.
in 2 minutes.
Yep.
And that's how you learn.
Remember when we tried adding more time
Yeah.
and it didn't get better?
No,
like
you could almost never finish the portrait.
yeah,
when you had
because
more
you
time.
you kind of like you just went into detail.
Yeah,
because you weren't
knew,
as stressed.
As
yeah.
soon as you knew that we had like 10 minutes
Yeah.
after doing a 2-minute thing.
we didn't finish it.
No.
That was always the
So
thing. Like,
weird.
yeah, you just like okay, you spent like 4 minutes on the eyes.
Yeah.
and now you've done nothing else. Mm-hmm. And with the 2 limit or
And then
1
it's like
minute.
1 minute left. And you're like,
Yeah, what? Yeah, every time.
every time. Yeah.
Unless you were drawing something you were comfortable with, that's different. But usually
Penises.
it wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, and I also realized doing that how much you can get from your own facial expression without seeing it.
Yeah. You just feel it.
You feel-
You know exactly what you look like if you scrunch your nose.
That's
or face
exactly
or-
the thing. You know what you look like
Yeah.
because you've seen yourself enough through a lifetime, and you can feel your expressions and you can draw them somewhat. You know what I mean? Like it's
Can
not
you
great.
feel it? Can you feel it? Can you feel it?
Cool. And wow. Wow. Like all the references.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
make your playlist on, I was going to say Google Play,
Don't.
on YouTube and, try it out.
Yeah.
Try this out. Find an accountability buddy or anyone to show it to and try to do it. Like if you are serious, if you want to get better, don't focus on just drawing, your favorite anime characters or, half-assed things. Like
Challenge yourself.
Challenge yourself to learn what's required to, make the things you want.
Yeah.
And this goes like, if you ask any professional, like they don't know how to draw everything, but they'll take some time. Like, okay, like for example, I'm going to draw spaceship intense stuff.
Yeah.
Like for 6 months now. Then you take some time to just study up on spaceships and how you would design them and how you need to start thinking about it.
Yeah.
Like they would take some time. If it's horses, same thing. They would study horses
How
for
do
like
they work?
Yeah,
What
how do
is
they
the
work?
basic mechanics of said horse?
Exactly. And then you would look up some like realistic reference and you would try to understand it. Then you would maybe take some stylized horses and see like, oh, those are the features that they grabbed,
Yeah.
Disney has a very specific set of features that it grabs from horses.
And DreamWorks for sure.
And DreamWorks has exactly another set of features
Altivo.
Altivo is the best.
He is the best.
And you can see where they put the emphasis. Some put it up top with the eyes looking a certain way, and some, have another way of doing it. And it's all valid, when you understand the source of what you're drawing. And this can be applied, but you need to actually do the work. And if art is to be your career, like for most of us, you need to get to a certain skill level. And it can only be achieved by you sitting alone in the dark, acquiring something people call talent.
What?
What?
The what now?
The what now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Never heard of this.
And I think there's even like a reel going on, like, oh, how did you get so good? Like practice. And it's like, it must be talent, like, no, it's practice. And like, I don't understand. It must be something magical. Like it's practice. Like it's such a perfect kind of, meme or, like on TikTok on this whole subject.
Yeah.
And just watch that. No.
Exactly. No, a fun thing, if you're stuck drawing like anime characters and stuff, this is something that I started doing a while back and only do it for myself. But I take
manga characters.
Yeah, no, I take a manga or anime character and I try to make that as realistic as I can. Just what is the realistic interpretation of this character? Like if you want to just get a tip for evolving from...
That's actually a lot of fun to do the other way around as well.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like, just if you're used to drawing anime style and you want to learn how to draw, like, why not do a realistic anime thing? Just throwing it out there.
If you listen to I think the early portfolio episode that we had, one of the first ones, one of the pieces that I've had in mind, I haven't had the need of a portfolio in years, but something that I still want to this day is to grab a character and draw him in different styles, the same character.
Oh, yeah.
That has been like a thing that I had early. Like when I was 18, I wanted this in my portfolio where I took a character from realistic to, comic, like a specific comic style, and then like Disney, and whatever anime, and just like grabbed it and made like 4 to 5 different sort of styles of the same character, just to show like what I can do, within what I'm comfortable with.
And it's such a smart way to try different styles.
It is.
And there's so many really great YouTube clips showcasing this as well. Just if you want to get inspiration, just go out, just YouTube it.
And I think another episode that's great for this challenge or, the learning is the tracing one.
Yeah.
Like I think tracing, when something is just too complex for you to break down, sometimes tracing can unlock, the bat hand thing.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh shit, this is a hand. This is all this is. Like I complicate things in my mind.
Exactly. Yeah, tracing sort of helps you step away a bit
from what you think it is. Yeah.
So it's all good tools. Like you just need to learn how to use them properly, and sketch loosely.
Yeah, just
no erasers.
Yeah, don't overcomplicate this.
Yeah,
learn the nose if that's all you have the mental power to do right now.
Yeah, just start there.
Start there. Like it really doesn't matter what you pick.
Just super realistic picking nose and then cartoonish head.
Exactly. So a really realistic nose on a cartoon.
Perfect.
But yeah, that wraps up this episode. Like
No.
everything we'll say now will be a repeat of this.
It doesn't wrap up the episode. It wraps up the topic.
The topic.
Yeah,
of
the
course.
episode is going to continue.
Yeah,
but-
because it is summer, yo,
Yeah,
and we've
it is.
seen things.
and we have seen things.
I don't know
Yeah,
how
I
long
know.
we've been recording for.
46
It's
minutes.
about right.
Yes, it's rise time. Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do the next thing.
Next thing.
Cool sounds.
Whatever that is. Yeah, let's go into the... No, that was the wrong one.
Retro. Oh.
And we're back.
Yes,
Retro
we
time.
are.
Retro. Yeah. So, what was the new thing that you'd seen?
Oh shit! Yeah, a Blizzard.
A Blizz.
I saw Blizzard's World of Warcraft.
Is that how they talk?
No,
Not
at all.
In WoW.
no.
Whoa.
Whoa!
I saw WoW. Yeah.
I was just like, hey, Rufus, tubular. Yeah, but I saw Whoa.
Excellent.
It wasn't excellent.
No? No?
I think the only thing I really enjoyed in this movie were the orcs.
Do you remember when this movie was made?
Who cares? It shouldn't have. No.
It wasn't all that long ago.
Yeah.
I think... Did it come out when I was in Australia? No, maybe no.
No, it came
was
way
before-
later. It's like
Not later, earlier.
no.
Yeah, it was before I went to Australia.
no.
Yeah, I saw it at home. Yeah.
No. We're doing this now.
Yeah, do it now.
World of
Now.
Warcraft movie, motherfucker. Okay.
2017.
I think it's like 16 or 17. Yeah.
Yeah.
World of.
And I went to Australia 18.
It says skadoosh on my phone.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft movie came out in 2016. Boom.
Yeah. That
so
was
yeah.
before Australia.
Yeah. Oh, was
So-
it?
I
Oh
mean,
shit!
the last
Oh
time.
shit!
Yeah.
Dude, I thought Germany for some reason. I don't know why.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
it's so long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who cares?
Boom.
It's a garbage movie, but it has like I watched it with my son. He rewatched all the Harry Potter movies from start to finish for the I don't know how many times now. Like we are talking crazy amounts of time because they're long.
Yeah, they are.
And he's seen all of them several times. Some of them he just like watched several times.
Oh, he's at that
Yeah.
stage now.
Yeah,
Awesome.
so he's gonna remember these movies quite well.
That's so great.
And also he wanted I said like you need to choose one book during the summer that we're gonna read.
Oh,
Like I'll read for you, and you'll have to read as well, just to keep the practice up.
Nice.
He chose Harry Potter, so we bought the first Harry Potter. They're expensive.
Oh, really?
Hardbacks, yeah. Fuck,
Damn.
250 crowns.
Still?
Yeah, fuck,
Jesus.
dude. That's what they cost when they came out back in
Doesn't
the
she
day.
have enough money?
Yeah,
Jesus.
No, she doesn't.
No, she.
But yeah, we bought it. So the first one is like we're gonna start reading it this week.
That's awesome. Yeah, man, I love that. That changed my life, actually.
They're so good.
The first Harry Potter book really, really changed my life. It's such a cliche, but yeah, when going from like, well, I'm not dyslexic, but I'm almost dyslexic. I really have a hard time reading, and it was so easy to read, and it felt so satisfying reading one book in one go.
It feels
more or
like you're
less.
dyslexic to boring books.
Yeah, which is
Like,
kind
you know,
of selective dyslexic.
Selective dyslexic.
But yeah, no, it just felt great,
Yeah.
and it was an incredible feeling being able to read one book in like a weekend for me. So that was like magic. Yeah, I had to. Nerd. Yeah. But so World of Warcraft.
Like-
Warcraft.
For what it is, had I seen it at my son's age, would have loved it.
Right?
The storytelling is a bit, but the orcs are like, if you don't have humans in it and not that weird half orc that is just fake tusks,
Pink orc.
and then when she fights, the sweating causes the color to disappear.
What?
Yeah, it's so bad.
What?
It's so bad.
Oh my God. I
Yeah,
need to
so
go
she
back.
has like her forehead is starting to become human and her cheeks.
Oh no.
Or it's the color grading. I don't know. It's garbage. But the orcs themselves are well made. I enjoyed the bad guy, whatever his name was.
Yeah, that's his
Gulduke or whatever. Guldkook. I don't know what the fuck his name is. But
That was not it. Damn it. That's it. Good kick.
and for those that aren't Swedish, look that up.
Yeah.
But Guldkook is the evil orc that has some weird magic that starts on F, and I don't remember it. Letter F though, woo,
Yeah.
that kind of magic.
Yeah.
And it requires life to be, be used. So
It was dark.
yeah. So and he killed their world, and now they're in our world messing shit up.
Yeah.
And some of the orcs want to kind of bitch slap him. But like the orcs are, I think, and the dire wolves, the big wolves.
Oh, yeah.
Those are cool.
Oh man,
for
I forgot
kids.
those.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it has its moments, but it's a shit. Like it's not even a shit flick. It's just bad.
Yeah. I don't remember anything from it. There's a sorcerer dude at some.
Exactly, and he's a cunt.
yeah,
And and that's the problem with this movie is that everyone sucks.
Yeah.
Like the humans, they just like you could have CGI'd awesome characters, but you couldn't fucking get some actors to act out. And it's not bad actors either. It's the guy from Viking that I was like, oh, that guy looks familiar, but I can't place him for shit.
Yeah.
And then the king is, I think, the guy from Preacher. Is that the guy that plays the king?
Fuck.
Right?
Yeah. That's
But
right.
he looks stupid.
He's Tony Stark's dad.
Exactly.
Also,
but they all
yeah.
basically look stupid.
Yeah. Howard Stark.
Howard Stern. And
Howard Stark in the show.
In the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just garbage. I think the CGI, like take away all the humans, the orcs are what's interesting.
Yeah.
And I've never said this about anything, but it feels like good cutscenes,
Yeah.
when
yeah,
it's
that's
just
that's
orcs.
exactly what it does. Yeah. It's just
and then
a,
it feels
a series of cutscenes.
Exactly.
That's
and that's
not really
basically
tied together in any way.
not in a great way. It feels like you're missing the gameplay in between.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, this, the end. Like it doesn't feel like a great narrative.
No, but again, it's like how many times do they have to fail at making game movies?
Yeah.
Video game movies. Like you can't do that adaptation. Also, like I don't remember if I talked about Uncharted, the movie,
Don't remember.
but I've seen it,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing there. It's a great movie if you haven't played the game, but it's definitely not Nathan Drake, It's not Sully.
Yeah.
It's Peter Parker and
Marky
Mark.
Yeah, Marky Mark.
Exactly. And
The Adventures of Marky Mark and Spidey.
exactly. And it's an entertaining adventure movie.
Okay.
But it's not Uncharted.
But does it feel more like the Tomb Raider movie because when you see the trailer and
It's
then you would
that.
play Tomb Raider, like it feels like the same universe,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah, it definitely does. It feels kind of, they're stuck in the same mold.
So if they would have just photoshopped his head onto her body,
Deep faked
what was
it.
her name? Yeah,
Yeah, Alicia Vikander.
Alicia Vikander. Yeah,
Gold cock.
it just, but just like we would have had the same movie.
Yeah, it
Cool.
is.
Yeah,
But there's just something with that transition that they
Yeah.
can't pull off. It's sad.
yeah, but like I don't know the story in that one. Like how far into the Uncharted stories do they go?
I mean, this is
'Cause
like
it's the beginning, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he's still young, obviously, because
Yeah.
Peter Parker, and
So confused.
but it's it doesn't feel like Nathan Drake in a way. It's
Yeah.
just it feels like a different thing.
yeah.
So
I think all the actors that they've chosen or like they've thought of or considered, no one, even the one that they like from Firefly, whatever that guy is called.
Yeah.
I think that was the guy, but
yeah, it was.
I don't even think he's good to be Nathan Drake. He's
No,
a bit
he
too
was good in
round.
that short.
Yeah, but I didn't feel Nathan
No.
Drake in that sense. That
It was more of a fun fan film.
Yeah.
It didn't. Yeah, I don't think he would have been a believable Nathan Drake either.
Yeah, and taking it to like the Dark Tower that I hate with all of my heart, where the
Idris
Elba and
Matthew
McConaughey in this one, who's otherwise a great actor.
Yeah.
But that adaptation where they made Roland, Idris Elba, is so good.
Yeah,
and then
he's
the
so
movie
believable,
sucks.
Yeah.
You get the essence of Roland.
This hardcore motherfucker.
Yeah, but Nathan Drake, they don't capture any of it.
No.
It's not in the looks department, the feel department, or the quips, or the narrating.
Bradley
of,
Cooper maybe could pull it off.
Yeah,
like,
because
with
he's
that
a bit
rocket
more. Yeah,
sort of because he does have that quick talk and that the voice and stuff like
but
that.
even Robert Downey junior has that Nathan Drake-ish. Like I don't want him to play him.
No.
But it's the way that he talks while shit is happening.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what you want. And
I mean they do that with Peter Parker.
yes,
Tom
but
Holland.
it's Peter
it's-
Parker
yeah,
way of talking.
exactly.
Whereas Tony Stark is more closer to Nathan Drake when it comes to that.
Yeah.
In tone and I guess delivery.
Yeah.
Whereas Spider-Man is more the charming young kid from Brooklyn.
It's cute.
It's cute, or
Yeah.
Queens.
Yeah.
That has these like fast like quips that are a bit, for a different audience.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean the movie is for that type of audience, I guess. But the games are so old now, like we're old.
That's the thing. If you make these, make them for the audience. Like, don't try to please everyone.
No.
Make it for the audience, and that's, I guess, where this movie also fails.
And I think most of the stuff that we're going to be talking about today actually land in that sort
Yeah.
of like you can use that for everything else that we're going to be talking about.
So what else have you seen? Seen.
Well, Twin Peaks.
Oh
like
shit!
I-
Yeah, you started watching that. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming, I say. It's been something that I've wanted to see for my entire life, more or less, because everybody's talked about it. It's always been like in the zeitgeist, but I've never taken the time to see it. Even if I did watch it when it was on TV with my folks, it was just too weird to understand, so I didn't get into it when I was a kid.
Yeah.
But no, so I started working on a Twin Peaks sleeve the other day, and more or less just made a promise to myself that I need to just at least start watching it so I see what the fuck this is all about. And I really love it. It's such a unique show. It's like, well, it's David Lynch making Days of Our Lives, kind of. But it's all about like a murder mystery. It's very simple in the premise of it, but it's just something off with the town. The
But did
whole
they ever
show
wrap
is-
it up the first two seasons? Like, do they wrap up the mystery, or did they just do the 2 seasons and then wait 30 years?
That's the thing. Like I've only started the second season, so I've seen the first season, so I'm on started the second season.
That's true.
But if I remember correctly, I think it just sort of ends mid everything.
Oh no!
And then continues 25 years later in the third season.
Okay, yeah, that's insane.
And that's what I really want to get to. I want to reach season 3 and really see how they tie it all together, because it's such a cool thing that they pause the show for 25 years.
Yeah, that's insane.
And then pick it up. And it's actually like, well, sorry for spoilers, kind of, but they mention it like in the beginning.
Oh,
like,
shit. So they tie it
in the first season, he has a dream about him 25 years in the future.
That is pretty cool.
And then they actually continue the show 25 years later for real, like with the same actors and everything. Like, it's such a unique, beautiful thing.
Okay, now I want to see.
Yeah, but it's like, it really feels like watching a really bad movie or Days of Our Lives. Like, the acting is over the top all the time. It feels like they've all come straight from the theater and don't know how to act naturally. But you know, because it's David Lynch, that it's meant to be that way. And that makes it so interesting. And it's like, why does he, like, the main protagonist, the special agent, he's, every time he drinks a cup of coffee, it's like, man, this is the best cup of coffee I've ever had in my life. You know, it's like just like over the top all the time. And he's walking through the woods and it's like, what are these magnificent trees?
Oh
and
my God.
Like,
it's like a bad read.
Yeah. And it's like, you know, he's probably on the spectrum as like the character, I guess. But it just works. And you just sit there and go, like, you just feel, it's like this comfort around the whole thing. You just feel good watching it because you're laughing all the time, or like snickering at least. But but like in the best possible way. It's so weird. Like, you can't really describe it. You have to kind of watch it. And it's definitely not for everybody. But I just couldn't stop watching it. And Sana couldn't stop. Like, we really loved the first season.
Very cool.
First episode of second season, really, really bad. So I hope it gets better. Because I don't want to sit through, like, 8 more hours of whatever we just watched.
Whatever the fuck you just watched.
Yeah, but yeah, fucking Twin Peaks. Who would have thought?
Damn.
I really dig it, and I kind of get it, you know. So yeah, and that's, I think, pretty much the only thing that I watched apart from the other stuff.
Yeah.
Did you watch anything else?
No, not specific stuff like that. I've tried to catch up with all the stuff that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
But during summer, I have such a hard time watching anything.
Yeah.
It's just like, I just can't. It's not that it's not good. It's just that my brain, during summer, it just shuts down everything that has to do with like video games or movies, shows. Doesn't matter. I
think it's the sun. Like,
it is the sun.
Yeah.
It is.
When the darkness comes in, it's just so good to sit at home and watch stuff or play video games, and like, you just feel good about doing that. But when the sun is out, you feel bad about sitting at home watching TV. You should be out getting that vitamin D.
But to me, it feels like a waste of time. That's what it feels like. It feels like I don't want to be doing this. Like, I want to be just out and about.
Doing something.
Yeah. Just anything. It doesn't have to be productive. I just don't want to do this.
Yeah, same.
Sitting here.
Yeah, just taking a walk outside, really, like...
Yeah, slowly, and like you're walking back in time.
Yeah.
That's my walking.
Gotta go back in time. Yeah. But yeah,
spoiler territory.
Spoiler territory.
Should we start with Obijuan or Stranger Things?
I
don't have that much to say about Stranger Things, really.
So let's start with Stronger.
Yeah. Stronger
Tangs.
Strongest Tangs.
Yeah.
So yeah. Like, really enjoying the dynamic between the characters in this one, and like, Steve is still my favorite. I think, like, hands down, my most loved character in the whole of everything.
Same. Which is why I did when we got the invite for the Netflix thing. I did just a big portrait of Steve.
Very nice.
He's my hero.
No, Steve is hands down the best.
Yeah.
And I feel like they kind of saw their flaws in the previous season, and now the characters feel more real again.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like in the previous season, they were all just jabbing at each other for no reason. And except the bully scene that we talked about in this weird season, is everything is going into a nice place. I love like the baddie. I love the little sort of wink that we got without spoiling anything, and the chemistry just between what's his name? Toothless.
Dustin.
Dustin and Hairdo Steve. Yeah. It's so good. But just in general, like I really like where they are taking the characters in this season, and it feels like a genuine relationship again.
Yeah.
It's not just like let's just put jokes everywhere. Like it feels like when they're doing the jokes or the jabs or something, it's warranted.
Yeah.
And it's just like that moment in the car that I said about him doing the toothless joke or like to punch his teeth out again.
Yeah.
And just that little moment was so perfect for me.
Yeah. But it's also these characters or actors having spent so much time with each other. So there is a proper real bond now.
And they could probably a bit like we do on this show where like half of the episode is out of our ass and some of it is planned.
I'm sure it's a lot of improv and in the moment
I
stuff.
think so.
Yeah.
And some things don't come out as planned, but they're still good and usable, and I think that kind of shows.
Yeah.
And super happy like where the season is going, and this season like so far I've only seen I think 5 episodes. Really liking it.
Nice.
So hoping that it'll kind of stick the landing on like this first part of the 4th season.
Yeah. It's such a weird.
It's such a
why?
Yeah, why? But gonna watch this and then move on to The Boys.
Yeah. Still.
But waiting.
I'm
like,
also holding off as much as I can because I want to binge as much as possible. But that's definitely something I'm looking forward to. And but Obijuan.
Obijuan
keeps being very disappointing. Yeah. It's
I don't know what they're doing with this.
no,
Not even.
That's
It's more of a
no,
that's Twin Peaks.
no. That's the one.
Green.
That's,
Okay, so green is
green.
wonk. Okay, green wonk.
Yeah, green one. Yeah,
Green wonk.
yeah. No, so
Yeah.
it just fuck. Because after episode 3, I was like, all right, I'm gonna wait to like say what I want to say. For maybe they clear it up in episode 4. Maybe there'll be some sort of retribution. Or
I love the first thing you said when I was trying to like nicely explain what my feelings were on the 4th episode, and you were like, just basically like, shit,
Yeah.
fuck this.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. And you were like, that explains everything.
That's exactly what I wanted to say. Just like.
That's episode 4.
Dude, yeah, it feels like, you're just seeing an ass and there's like the slowest fucking fart coming out of it, and it goes on for too long. You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly. It's just like, and when you think it's going to stop, it just keeps going. It's like, oh my God, what is happening?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it
It was
either.
just like, why?
It feels like, I don't know like how to explain it, but again, it just feels like, okay, they're doing like, I don't know. It feels like they lost the storytelling.
Yeah, it's not an Obi-Wan show. That's for sure. It's more of the story of little Leia, I say. Like she's the main focus.
But why? How many times is he going to save
Reva.
her? Like that thing.
Yeah.
It's so boring.
But
like,
have you noticed that that's like the pattern with more or less all of the Star Wars things?
Yeah.
Like it's just take care of this little person or thing, like Grogu in Mandalorian and this, like...
the fun thing in Mandalorian, though, when you watch the pitch meeting, is something they really did well there, was like, he's going to save Grogu, but first he's going to do all the side quests, help everyone along the way.
Yeah.
And it kind of works for Mando, but everything else, no. Like, unfortunately, very much that. It's not that it's badly done, it's just badly written.
Yeah, like definitely. I think the actors are great,
Yeah.
But it's the material that they're given is
it's
lacking.
just shit.
Yeah,
Like,
the
it's,
direction is also great. Like I'm sure they're doing whatever they can with the script that they've been handed.
Yeah, of
because
course.
it
It's
looks
not-
fantastic.
it looks really good.
The
And
CG is pretty decent
No,
at
no,
times.
it is,
Sometimes
yeah.
it's like when those ships came in and the
in
like
the
towards the
hangar?
end.
Yeah, the hangar.
Like
there,
it
yeah.
just looked like a paper cutout. Like at some point,
I
it
didn't
just looked
think
like
about
it was
that.
copy pasted in there.
I just wasn't interested at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
And that whole fighting scene, like, it's so bad.
yeah. Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Yeah.
And then you have Vader come in and being a badass, and you're like, yes,
Yes, that
yes.
was one
And then
of
it's
the
like,
better
what?
parts. Yeah.
What?
And I love how
What's
he
happening?
just like lifts her up and that whole thing, you know, like and
So such good tension, and
Yeah. No,
again,
again,
it's Vader,
the
like
perfect thing.
yeah. But then he like normal Vader would just go like squish
Yeah.
and like fuck you. And then maybe would have realized that there was a tracer on the thing anyways, and then
Yeah.
But now it's like, oh, I underestimated you. Oh,
I don't really mind that part,
Yeah.
but
it's
I
not
just
Vader. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
weak.
Because this isn't Vader where we meet Vader in the
No.
first movie. So he's going to become that. So I'm fine with that. My problem is the stranger danger when it comes to her
Yeah.
character. Like,
Yeah.
she is probably an awesome actress.
Yeah.
I just don't feel the threat. You
No.
know, like when Kylo, the way that they introduce him, you feel the
He's so
danger.
menacing.
Yeah.
Like
and
his
they keep
whole
you in
build
tension.
and
They keep
everything
you there.
about him just looks so off
And she has the potential. She looks badass, but they do nothing else with it. Like, but Kylo doesn't look super
that's
awesome.
why I asked the
It's-
mask
and
to make
then
him
you
look
have the mask.
bad.
Yeah,
Because he's got like a baby face, and she has a baby face.
yeah. That's the thing. They're too pretty for their own good.
Yeah,
and that
give her
kind
a
of
cool
takes away.
mask. You know, make her a
Yeah.
badass. No,
Yes,
no.
or something.
She
No,
just
no,
looks
but-
like a disappointed teen.
But yes, it becomes a bit emo when
Yeah,
it comes to when they're
yeah.
pretty. Like, prettiness, unfortunately, doesn't sell menacing.
And
like,
she's trying to like she's being very angry and like, I'm gonna torture you, Leia. And Leia is just sitting there like, yeah, torture me.
And
sure.
the same thing with the whole torture thing is that it's so like the buildup is so long.
Should we talk
like-
about the slap?
No, but you know when she's like tied to the machine,
Yeah.
or like when they start strapping her in, and Obi-Wan is doing his little side show or like the sightseeing,
Yeah.
and he's like 10 meters away basically, and he doesn't hear her the first time she screams.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's like it might differ in time a little and everything, but it's just like everything feels so sloppily put together.
Extremely.
Extremely, yeah. And it feels like whap, 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 whap.
Yeah.
Like when you watch it. And it's such a good, like they have everything, but now we're like, again, we're saving her again.
Again.
Which it wasn't interesting the first time, so you're giving it to us the second time. Like,
Third time?
and the thing is, like, when this show started, like, you really felt his anguish and the sort of the burden that he's carried for 10 years about his failure, you know, with
Yeah.
Anakin. And you build this all up, and now it's just this weird sort of running about,
Yeah, they just
trying to save. You're not telling, like, tell us the story that you started telling us.
Mm-hmm.
And do have the side quest with saving Leia, because we need Leia, apparently. You know, if you've seen any other Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
We need these characters to be taken care of, but move on. She's been saved.
Yeah.
Don't keep capturing her. And then what? In the 5th episode, she's going to be captured somewhere else, and we got to go break in there?
We
Like,
got 2 more episodes on this.
yeah, well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like,
but they're doing a season 2.
no.
Yeah.
No.
It's already coming. And then they're talking about a spin-off show with Reva.
Okay, yeah.
Which I don't know if it's true or not, but it kind of makes me angry. I'm like, why? Or do like?
Thing
do
is,
we
they
really
haven't
need
given.
it?
The thing is, they haven't
She's
given
not
us
even-
enough
She's
to
not
warrant
that
a show.
interesting. No,
Unfortunately, not.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah, I know.
Which is, but there's a lot of Star Wars stuff that's coming up that I don't really feel like I want to see.
There's
I'm
so much.
sure a lot of people really are looking forward to all of these things.
Yeah.
There's, there's no doubt. But for me as a Star Wars fan, like proper old school Star Wars fanboy, that
remember,
era is gone.
Yeah, but they're not doing it for you anymore.
I
It's
know.
the next kids. And that's all well and fine. The only thing that annoys me is actually the sloppy writing.
Yeah.
Because it makes a great character that you've built up through the years seem boring now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see this.
No.
Like,
and that's the Disney way now. Like, they've done it with all the Marvel characters, more or less. Like,
yeah, I don't know why they do that.
Especially with the shows. They're just like, the show is called this person's name, but it's about this person and how that person saves the main character's life or story, whatever. Like, it's never about the person that the show is about.
Yeah.
That's so confusing to say.
But I think it is a product of its time, unfortunately. We are a bit in the transition phase that we've said a lot of times, or I have. Yeah. And some things are going to suffer, and it's stuff that people enjoy.
Yeah, it is.
Unfortunately.
And it's going to be really interesting to see where we are in like 5-10 years.
Yes.
When will this end? When will we realize that, we could just create new, really good things?
No, but we could also just tell stories about people and then ignore all the other characters if they are not like fitting the main story.
Yeah.
And not have to put everyone in focus.
Exactly.
So hoping to see that. And something that I would like to talk about, because I don't really want to talk too much about Star Wars.
Yeah.
But I would like to talk about storytelling that is done creatively. Because we forgot to talk about Ms. Marvel.
Yeah. We haven't forgotten. We just didn't get there yet.
But I thought I was going to get the spoilers last. Like the Star Wars stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because...
Yeah, but I mean, this is also spoilers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Ms. Marvel.
Marvel.
Let's dive into it.
That's actually, like, the story in this one isn't something new.
No.
Like, but it is, like, again, it's Disney, it's woke, it's, that thing. But take that aside, it has, like, a creative way of telling the supporting sort of, I guess, not story in a sense, but
like what's going on in the head of the character.
Yeah. Like, instead of like showing you in flashbacks and stuff like that, they found a new way to show you the stuff that is happening, like on their phones, in their minds.
Yeah, in real time.
In real time, while like the movie moves on.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't stop to show you the flashbacks or stuff like it mostly just moves on, and you get to see part of that thinking or, texting or whatever it is as it moves along. And it's
brilliant.
So good.
And it looks good.
It looks so
really good. But what bugs me is the other stuff doesn't look that good.
The powers?
The CG,
Yeah, I didn't care for any of that. Like, really, I don't care about this show.
No.
It feels like it's for younger people.
Yeah, it's for today's generation, and we are, unfortunately, the oldies. Yeah.
But I really enjoyed what this kind of movie, because it felt like a little Scott Pilgrim-ish in some of its way, and Into the Spider-Verse.
Very much.
Sort of like they met, in a movie, because Scott Pilgrim did this in live action.
Yes.
Whereas, Into the Spider-Verse is a cartoon.
Yeah. Also the best movie ever
also
made.
the best movie ever made. Ever. Pisses on all what we've mentioned so far.
Exactly. Go watch it.
Again.
Of course.
No, but I really love it.
Yeah.
Like the whole texting thing with the emojis and the fucking neon lights, sort of like portraying the text messages without breaking stride or doing anything. It's just part of the environment.
Yeah, and just makes it a lot more fun. Like, even if you don't enjoy the story itself, it's still enjoyable to watch whatever's happening on screen.
I think it's a good, episode to study creative storytelling.
Yeah, and really love that. I think this is probably setting a benchmark for upcoming stuff within comic book world, at least.
That's exactly what I thought. I would so love to steal this and see where I could take this in a not childish direction.
Yeah. Because I mean, Deadpool has done similar things like this with the whole, when he gets the knife in his head and he gets that sort of hallucinogenic thing with the small creatures. They've sort of tapped into it a little bit. So Deadpool 3 could definitely utilize this a lot more with his... This
would have been so much fun if it actually, like, if the intro to Deadpool or, like, a lot of these things that because he says a lot of shit.
Yeah.
It would be fun to see it reflected in the same way that it was in this show.
Yeah. I think it would work.
It would work so well. Like, it would be another layer. Because the beauty of Deadpool is that it's layered so heavily from, like, I'm just watching this because everyone's talking about it. I have no idea about superheroes, to the, like, biggest nerds. Like,
there's something for everyone.
For everyone.
And everyone universally has enjoyed this movie, as far as I know.
Yeah,
like,
and
everyone I've talked
the
to.
people that don't like this movie are people that you shouldn't hang around with.
Exactly.
They're psychopaths.
Yes.
You heard it here first.
You heard it.
I don't like...
Yeah, no.
You take the stairs, face first. And that's how you get rid of those people.
Yeah.
How you make terrible pushing people down flights of stairs fun.
Everything is funnier. But yeah, Miss Marvel, I think your kids are gonna love it.
Yeah.
Like, let's put it that way.
Yeah, but it's worth a watch. Like, it's like, I don't know if they're gonna keep that up.
Hopefully.
I hope so, because that's the only thing that entices me to keep looking.
Yeah.
Like
otherwise
the power
it's a Disney show.
And but all the powers and stuff, like, it feels like a well-made kids show.
Yeah.
That I can give it. It has representation and everything,
Yeah,
and
it checks all the boxes.
Yeah,
It does.
My problem is just that
It checks all the boxes.
no, it's just that it's like, beside the, like, you're telling the same story that we've seen, and, like, you do get tired of it, but it's coming in a fresh packaging and storytelling way that interests me.
Yeah.
So, you always watch shows for different reasons, so this is mine.
And I think this really helps. Well, I mean, obviously the whole animation stuff, like, that you really, really get to be in her perspective. Like, you get to see the world through this person's
Dude, just the opening
eyes.
to this show was so much fun.
Yeah.
It was like Deadpool, basically, telling us about Deadpool 1 and 2.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like, but, childish.
Exactly.
But good.
Exactly.
Like, it was really good.
It doesn't go over the top. It doesn't feel too, like, cheesy in a stupid way.
Yeah, I'm
like,
not even going to say what it is.
No.
But it's just, like, even if you just watch the intro, it is worth it.
You're going to get something out of it for sure. So definitely, like, if you do have Disney Plus, check it out just to have seen it.
I think it's one of the, like, maybe the, like, currently the best and most fun way of telling a story.
Yeah. I mean, at this stage, it's more fun than Obijuan.
Oh, it's so much more fun.
Yeah.
Like, I actually chuckled, at a lot of these things.
Yeah, same.
Because I was like, I wasn't expecting them.
No.
And
I wasn't even going to watch it, to be honest.
Dude, neither did I.
Like,
but I watched Obi-Wan and I was so meh.
Yeah, exactly.
And I was like, this can't be worse.
100%, the same thing. The same thing.
Yeah, because it was
like,
just
I can't go to bed after this.
Yeah.
Like, this is, I need a pick-me-up. I need something.
That's what I thought as well. And I was like,
cleanser.
I'll talk about this maybe on the show and just...
Awesome.
And it was the best. Like, it just caught me from the beginning and just like, look at this storytelling, brother. Because you came from crap storytelling to fun.
Yeah.
Like, so I wish I had the skill to do what they did there, you know, so that I could play around with that idea.
Yeah.
And one day, friends, I will.
Do like go into YouTube, you find some tutorials.
Make a playlist.
Yeah, save those.
And that wraps up this episode. Apparently.
It does.
Yes. Something special. Fuck
yeah!
Dress to Kill. And I don't know. We're just trying to tie it into the last week's thing.
Dress to Kill.
Dress to Kill was that.
If you want to kill somebody, you should
dress well. Push them down flight of stairs.
Face
Boom. That's them falling. That's me.
Yeah, you guys have been great. Oh
You've
my
been
God, you've been
awesome.
so quiet this whole time.
Yeah, it's
Thank
insane
you for
how
letting
you
us talk
like
this much.
every time for almost 200 episodes.
Yeah,
you
for all of
sat
y'all.
quietly.
Thank you. Thank you so much. You've been great.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the best.
So good.
So good.
Yeah.
Robin!
No.
Thomas!
Did you
Shut
say
up.
hummus?
Hummus.
Yeah. See you guys
Hummus.
next week. Woo! Woohoo! We boys are out.
Okay. Blah, 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 what he said.
Yeah, the boys are out.
Bye, bye, bye.
Yeah.
People pop.
Bye.